Alright guys, so this is the civilization overview for the Lithuanians, one of the new civilizations in Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Let's have a look at the civilization bonuses and then we'll take a look at the tech tree after that. So they are seen as a cavalry and monk civilization. They start with plus 150 food, which is basically the same bonus that the Persians has, but just a little stronger. It's just a little more food. Their spearman line and skirmishers move 10% faster. That bonus can actually be a very strong, end up being a very strong bonus, because your spears will catch up to knights or scouts a little faster, or any cavalry, and also your skirmishers will be able to outrun, if I'm not mistaken, they'll be able to outrun the archers then. I don't think it gives the speed here. No, the speed that we should move. No, but I think they'll be able to outrun archers. So the archers won't be able to run away from skirmishers anymore. I think this is a very overlooked and might end up being a very strong bonus. Each garrisoned relic gives +1 attack to cavalry units. Maximum of +5, obviously, because on most standard maps there are 5 relics. This is massive. This is absolutely massive. So for each relic that you capture, all your cavalry will have a extra attack. So your paladin with 14 base attack will, if you have all 5 relics and you upgrade to paladin, you will have 19 base attack on your paladin. That's without any blacksmith upgrades. Their unique unit is the latest. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. The latest, it's a cavalry unit as well. We'll have a look at that in just a few seconds. The unique text that you can research for the Lithuanians. In Castlade, you can research hill forts, which gives your town centers +3 range, and that will also be absolutely massive and will help you when your town gets raided. It will make it a little more difficult for the enemy units to raid your town, because they'll be within your line of fire way before they normally would be. And then also your Imperial Age unique tech is Tower Shields, which gives your spearman line and your skirmishers. So it's the same units that get the initial civilization bonus. It gives those units also +1 pierce armor. So both of them, that'll give your skirmishers, let me just check, the elite skirmishers that already have 4 pierce armor, and with the blacksmith upgrades have an additional 4, so that they'll have 8, they'll have 9 pierce armor in the end. So that is a massive amount of pierce armor. And the team bonus is that your monasteries work 20% faster. So let's have a look at the technology tree. Let's have a look at the archery range first. So we have only down to crossbow and no arbalist, but they are a cavalry civilization, so we can understand that. We also have obviously they get their elite skirmisher. They get thumb ring and Parthian tactics and heavy cavalry archers. So you can go up to heavy cavalry archer because you do get all the upgrades. And if I'm not mistaken, if you go to your blacksmith, the only upgrade that you're missing is the final armor upgrade on your infantry. So you get fully upgraded heavy cavalry archers. So that will also be a viable way for you to go. Then let's move on to the barracks. We do have a new technology that is in the Definitive Edition, which is called supplies, which, if I'm not mistaken, most of these civilizations do have. It's at a cost of 150 food and 100 gold, and that makes your militia line cost -15 food. So your militia line, which costs normally 60 food, will then only cost 45 food and 20 gold. This might, if you have a strong infantry civilization, this will definitely be useful, or even if you want to go up to champion with the Lithuanians, who do get all the way up to champion. But as I pointed out before, the infantry do miss the final armor upgrade. They do get all the attack upgrades, but they do miss the final armor upgrade. But they do get champion and halberdier, so they get fully upgraded. Well, not fully upgraded, but the infantry lines can be upgraded all the way to the highest level. Obviously, they don't get eagle warriors. They get squires and they get arson as well for their barracks, for the infantry units. Let's move on to the stable now. Let's first look at what they don't get. They don't get the Step Lancer, which is a new unit in Definitive Edition that we'll have a look at later with the other civilizations that do get it. They don't get Battle Elephants, and they don't get Camels either. They do get Bloodlines, and both of the Scout Cavalry line and the Knight line both get fully upgraded all the way to Hussar and Paladin, and also they get all of the Blacksmith upgrades as well, so they are very strong. You have fully upgraded Paladins, and also the extra bonus that you do get with this is this is where this civilization bonus will come in clutch as well, is that for each garrison relic you get an extra attack on your cavalry, so that will make your paladins massively powerful for this civilization, for the Lithuanians. Let's move on to their siege workshop. They're missing siege onager, missing siege ram, and also missing heavy scorpion, so they don't get any of the fully upgraded siege weapons, but they do get bombard cannon, which kind of makes up for that. So you can still get onager and cap ram, but you don't get any heavy scorpion, and you can get bombard cannon. Like I said, in the blacksmith, with all the blacksmith upgrades, you get all of the upgrades on your archer line and all your archery range upgrades and all of the stable upgrades you get. The only upgrade you miss in the blacksmith will be the final armor upgrade on your infantry. And now let's move over to their docks. We see that they get almost all of the almost fully upgraded docks. The only two things they miss is shipwright, which is a pretty big deal for those very late game water battles. So missing that can cost you for long drawn out water battles, but for Castle Age to early Imperial Age you do have all the upgrades necessary. You also get, the only other thing you're missing is heavy demolition ship. Everything else you do get as well. Alright, so the university text that you can get, this is also pretty complete, except you don't get siege engineers, which I don't like. I don't like not having siege engineers personally, which gives the extra range and the extra damage to your siege weapons. You don't get siege engineers, you don't get arrow slits, which very few people actually ever use arrow slits, so unless you go full towers or even guard tower defense. You do get guard tower, you do get keep, you do get bombard tower, you just don't get arrow slits for your guard towers or your keeps. But all the other upgrades in the university you do get. Let's have a look at their castles. Now we can look at their unique unit, the latest. I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but we'll see. It completely ignores armor, so they are strong versus armored units. So if you have, for example, your Slav Boyar, which has insanely high melee armor, or you have like the Teutonic Knight, which is basically the Slavic Boyar on just without the horse. If you have Teutonic Knights or Boyars, those units' armor gets completely ignored by the latest. So this might be, if you're up against an opponent that has a unit with high melee armor, this will be very important to have to be able to make these units. Let's have a look at the stats of the latest. We have the Castle Age latest has 100 hit points, 12 attack, and 1 base armor and 2 base melee armor. With the upgraded one with 130 hit points, it goes from 12 attack to 14 attack. Their base armor, their melee armor goes from 1 to 2, and they still have the 2 PS armor. And also remember, they do get all the upgrades in the blacksmith as well. So they will be pretty strong. We obviously do get trebuchets and petards. We already went through the unique text. You don't get sappers. Also not really that big a deal in competitive play. You don't often see anyone getting sappers in Imperial Age. You do get conscription though, which is good. And then let's have a look at the monastery. You get every single monastery tech with the added bonus that your monastery works faster. So all of these technologies in the monastery that you can research, including the fact that you get them, they research faster, and also your monks create faster. And then you do get up to wheelbarrow and handcart you get as well. With your mining camps, you don't get gold shaft mining, which isn't that big a deal. You do get stone shaft mining. You don't often see people getting gold shaft mining in a competitive match. You do, however, get two-man saw, and you do get crop rotation, and you do get all the market upgrades as well. So that is pretty strong. So all in all, my opinion on this civilization, for a general overview, I think they are going to be a pretty strong civilization. You will see players focus heavily on monk play with the civilization, simply because the monks, the monasteries do work faster. You get your free attack with every garrison relic, so you will see people going for the relics a lot more than they usually would, and also that will give your cavalry the extra attack. And what I see happening with this civilization is that we'll have a lot of heavy cavalry play together with some halberdiers and skirmishers, because like it says, the trash units, you do get bonuses for your trash units as well. You get the extra pierce armor in the Imperial Age, and also they move faster from the start, so you have faster moving trash units with higher pierce armor, and you can pair that with some great heavy cavalry, either with your paladin, fully upgraded paladins, or your unique unit, the latest. You can get that with your trash, and that will be quite a powerful push. You do lack a little bit though in siege ram and siege onager, but hopefully that probably will not be that costly in most matches. Alright, so that was it for the Lithuanians. If you guys have any comments on what you think, how the Lithuanians will play out, or how you see them playing out, let me know. Drop a message, drop a comment. Those of you watching this on YouTube, drop a comment down below how you see the Lithuanians playing out. Those of you watching on Twitch now, let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I think I will actually, this is the kind of civilization I will actually like to play. It has the kind of bonuses that I like playing with. Okay, I don't play water maps so much. I suck at water maps, so I won't play. This won't feature for me so much. But players that do play a lot of water maps will also love this dock technology tree as well. So we have the Tatars next. Oh, and wait, let me just go back to the Lithuanians. Also, something else that you might see that might actually be, in my opinion, one of the better options for the Lithuanians is going for your fully upgraded heavy cavalry archers and mixing in some hussars and some halberdiers with that. That will be great for your Lithuanians, and I see that as being a very viable combination for them as well. Thank you for watching the video. Remember to subscribe by clicking on my face to the left. To watch what I'd like you to watch, click the top video on the right. If you'd prefer to see what YouTube thinks you should watch, then click the bottom video. So until next time, happy gaming!